I don't know about you, but I'm always rushing, but still looking put together is very important to me. But sometimes I just don't have like an hour to get ready. Sometimes I only have 10-15 minutes. And this makeup look is exactly what I do when I'm short on time. And honestly, I feel the most beautiful when I wear this makeup versus when I spend an hour plus. I'm very strategic about the products that I use, and I'm going to walk you through every single step. So if you want to know how to achieve this look really quick and easy, keep on watching. So when I'm doing a really quick, no makeup kind of makeup, I really do feel like the skin is one of the most important steps. I really want it to look natural. I want it to look fresh. I do not want it to look heavy at all. I recently discovered this new skin tint by Milk. This is their Hydro Grip Gel Tint, and I'm using the shade 2. I just did a review on this skin tint. I will link it in the description and on the screen if you want to check out my full 12-hour wear test. But I think I just discovered my favorite skin tint of the year. I'm going to show you this in action. So I just like to put a little bit of this on the back of my hand, about a dot that size. My favorite way to apply any foundation or skin tint is with this Hourglass foundation brush. I'm going to link it down below. It is my favorite foundation brush. If you haven't tried it, it is worth every penny. I'm just evenly distributing this onto my brush and then tapping it into my skin. This is going to ensure that we get no streak marks on the skin. And I like to work this skin tint in a nice, thin, even layer. You really don't need a ton of it, but it just gives the most beautiful thin veil of coverage that really evens out any discoloration. Obviously, if you have any major acne or anything like that, we will wait for the concealer step to cover that up to avoid getting too cakey. But for now, I'm just applying this in a very nice even layer over my entire face. What I love about this skin tint is it does really look like skin. It's not heavy, and the finish is dewy, but not too dewy. It just looks like healthy, hydrated skin. And now I'm going to go in with bronzer. I'm using the Westman Atelier Face Trace Contour Stick in the shade Biscuit. And I'm going to start by applying this in the hollows of my cheeks, a little bit on my forehead, tiny bit on my jaw and nose, and also a little bit on my eyes to give them some definition. This is really just going to create a good foundation for the rest of our face to give definition and lift. It's really going to give a contoured look to our entire face in just one easy step. I love applying my contour like this to save time. And I'm just using my Morphe M243 Cream and Liquid Contour Brush for this. I love the shade of this contour stick because it's not too cool, but it's not too warm either, but it gives you a little bit of warmth and life to your face. I find contouring your face really just makes a huge difference in the way your bone structure looks. I feel like applying contour really just flatters my face in such a nice way, and it gives me some warmth so that I don't look too washed out, you know? It's kind of a must for me. The key to natural looking skin is going in light with your skin tint and then going in with concealer, but not a concealer that's too heavy or cakey. Concealer can ruin everything, so this one is my personal favorite. This is the Armani Luminous Silk Concealer, and I use the shade 3.75. I like to apply this mainly underneath my eyes, but I'll also apply this on top of any blemishes, any discoloration, so usually around my mouth and nose, and a little bit in between my eyebrows and forehead just to brighten the area a little bit. I love this concealer because it gives you a good amount of coverage, but it's very thin in consistency, never looks cakey, always looks natural, and wears very long throughout the day. This is one of the few concealers that doesn't actually settle into my fine lines, which is a huge thing for me. I just blended this out using my concealer brush from Jane Iredale. And remember, you guys, when it comes to concealer and no makeup, less is more. You can always add a little bit more if you want, but start off with less. See how the skin is looking? Not heavy, not too flawless like I would for a bridal or full glam. You can still see a little few things here and there peeking out, but the skin looks healthy and even. All right, now for my favorite part, blush. I've really been loving mauve blush lately. I feel like it just looks so natural. I don't know what it is. I used to not like it, but now I'm obsessed. And this one is my go-to. It's the most buttery blush ever. It's by Rhode. This is their pocket blush in the shade Sleepy Girl particularly. It's so good. I like to dot a little bit of that on the apples of my cheeks primarily. This melts into the skin. I'm using an Hourglass blush brush to tap that gently into the skin. What I love about this blush, it takes zero time to blend in. It literally just melts right in. So when I'm in a rush, this is my go-to blush every time. Okay, all my cream products pretty much are applied. I'm gonna powder this down using the Kosas Cloud Set in the shade Candy. This is a slightly pinky powder, and I just love the way this brightens my face while not being too heavy. It's very light and airy feeling on the skin. For under the eyes, I actually like to use one of these one size puffs just to press that evenly in the under eye area. I find this just holds that concealer in place a little better. And then for the rest of my face, I use this little Kosas face detailer brush, and I mainly just apply that around my mouth and a little bit on my forehead. I think it's really important when we're doing a no makeup makeup not to overset the face and make it look really matte. Our face naturally has a little bit of a satin finish, so I find this powder preserves a little bit of that luminosity while still setting the face down so everything stays in place and controlling that shine. Moving on to eyes, honestly, when I'm in a rush and I'm doing my 10-15 minute makeup, I really just leave the eyes pretty much like this. That bronzer gave us a little bit of depth, and I find that when I apply mascara on top of this, it actually ends up looking really complete. So I'm going in with my Victoria Beckham Vast Lash Smudge Free Volumizing Mascara. I love that it has a curved wand, and this gives my lashes a little bit more of a natural lengthened look while still providing enough volume that it makes a difference. I like to avoid using a mascara that's too heavy and clumpy because it can kind of take away from that illusion of a no makeup look. And that's what my lashes look like after that mascara. I do think this makes a pretty big difference. One more thing I will say about this product is it is a very high quality, clean mascara, which is kind of hard to find one that actually works well. And another reason I like this when I'm in a rush is because if I smudge it on my lid, this mascara is very easy to just flick away. Sometimes if you make a mistake with a mascara and you get it on your lids, you really have to like scrape it off or even use makeup remover sometimes. But when I'm in a rush and I'm prone to making mistakes, I want to use a mascara that I can just wipe right away. So that's a huge plus about this product. Moving on to the lips, I do have a little bit of lip liner on right now. It's the Makeup Forever Wherever Walnut Liner, but I'm just gonna go over that really quickly. This lip liner is hyped up for a good reason. It is the perfect Your Lips But Better shade, perfect for overlining on a no makeup day where you want your lips to look naturally fuller. This might be boring because I do talk about this product a lot, but for my lip color, I'm going in with the Ilia Balmy tint in the shade Hold Me. I really just can't stray from this lip color. It applies quite sheer and buildable on the lip, so you can go for a very light wash of color or you can build it up for more pigment. Especially for my fair skin girls, this shade looks so natural and just makes you look so healthy. Plus, it's hydrating and clean. Again, I like to use clean products on my lips especially. And then I'm just throwing this in there as a little bonus. If you want your lips to look a little more nude, you can go in with a tiny bit of concealer, just like that on the center of your lips, and then just tap it in with your finger. And you can add as much or as little of the concealer as you want, and it just makes the lips look a little bit more soft and a little bit more neutral. For the lips, when I have a no makeup, I really want my lips to look juicy and plump and glass-like, almost like wet looking, and this is the perfect gloss for that. This is my Charis Cosmetics Water Gloss. This is also a clean product, which is really important to me when applying makeup to my lips. This is my personal brand. This is a clean formula, and the shine you get from this gloss is unreal. It looks good on top of literally any lip combo, and it feels so nice on the lips. It feels like a cool glass of water for your lips, and it's quite hydrating as well. I have really deep lines on my lips, so this gloss smooths them out, and I don't talk about this enough, but I do have a charitable component to the brand I created. I have a huge heart for helping women, specifically young moms, single moms, just pregnant women in vulnerable positions. So I really just want to help out women who find out they're pregnant and they have a ton of obstacles in their way, whether it be finances, or education or shelter or anything like that. Supplies, a portion of all the profits from Charis Cosmetics goes towards helping women in need. So if you want to support not only me in this channel, but women and babies in need, feel free to check out my website. It is listed in the description, chariscosmetics.com. It's a great way to support a great cause in my opinion, and I really appreciate each and every one of you who supports me here. So anyways, let's move into finishing touches because finishing touches make a really big difference, okay? I always like to apply a light layer of powder blush on top of cream just to increase the longevity a little bit. So I'm going in with the Patrick Ta Double Take Cream and Powder Blush in the shade She Goes to the Gym. And this is the powder shade right here. How pretty is this shade? It's still mauvey, but it's very wearable, especially for us fair-skinned girls. You don't want anything too crazy. We still want to look natural. I'm picking that up on a Rephr 04 brush and just tapping that ever so lightly onto the apple of my cheek here, and a little bit on the bridge of my nose. And then I just like to take a clean powder brush and just kind of dust over everything to make sure that blush is really blended into the skin flawlessly, because I am known to have a little bit of a heavy hand with blush, so I just want to make sure everything's blended. This is a great step regardless of if you're heavy-handed or not, just to kind of go over everything with a clean brush and just make everything smooth and airbrush looking. This last step makes a huge difference to the way your skin looks. This is a Victoria Beckham Reflect Highlighter in the shade Pearl. And this packaging, oh, I just love it so much. I'm gonna pick up that highlighter on my finger. I find that warming this up with my hands makes it apply very melty. And I'm just gonna press that into the highest point of my cheekbone. And you can see how it catches the light. It isn't shimmery. It's not like glittery and heavy at all. It literally just makes your skin look so plump and healthy and youthful. And oh, it's just like such a subtle difference, but man, does it complete the look. And it doesn't disrupt the makeup underneath at all, which is huge. Highlighter can definitely ruin your entire makeup if you apply one that separates all your makeup underneath. So this one does not do that. I like to even apply a little bit of it just to my nose, ever so slightly, and you can totally build this up until you're happy with it. Look at that glow it gives the skin. Oh, it is so beautiful. It just pulled the look together, don't you guys think? Honestly, I think I feel like my most beautiful self with this style of makeup. It's very light, very easy to do, and just really flattering. I think anyone could do this sort of makeup. It's really quick and easy, and I just feel like I get the best results. This is like my go-to. If you want me to make more no makeup tutorials, definitely give this video a thumbs up and even subscribe to the channel. It only takes 2 seconds, but it really does help me out a lot. That way I know that you're into this sort of content and I'll make more of it for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.